It's salty, it's got bite, and it's better than a 2-martini lunch. Broadcasting live from the WGST studios in Atlanta, it's the Dana Barrett Show. And it starts right now.
All right, the New York Times had yet another story with many revelations of Donald Trump's lies in a shocking turn of events. Hey, guess what, everybody? Donald Trump lies. Did you know that? He's a liar. He tells lies. I find this to be fascinating on a lot of levels. I was, poor Nick, I start messaging him sometimes fairly early in the morning. And I was messaging him this morning because I was watching the news. And I was watching all of the pundits and commentators have a discussion about Trump's lies. And it actually, I'm not even exaggerating here, made my stomach hurt. It made my stomach hurt. So I had to share that with Nick to try to make his stomach hurt. That's where I was going with that. The new revelations in the New York Times piece have to do with Jared Kushner's security clearance, a clearance that President Trump specifically, when asked back not too long ago, I want to say in January, by New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman, when asked about this and whether or not he did exert any influence to get Kushner's security clearance pushed through, he said no. And it's recorded. In fact, we pulled it for you. Take a listen.
There's been a story in the news in the last 2 weeks about your son-in-law's security clearance.
Yeah.
Do you tell General Kelly or anyone else in the White House to overrule security officials the career?
No, I don't think I have the authority to do that. I'm not sure I do, but I wouldn't do it. Jared's a good. I was never involved with the security. I know that he, just from reading, I know that there was issues back and forth about security for numerous people, actually. But I don't want to get involved in that stuff.
All right. So the New York Times reporting out this morning now indicating that is a flat out lie. President Trump, according to the New York Times, ordered his chief of staff, John Kelly at the time, to grant his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, a top secret security clearance. This happened last year. And this was an overruling of concerns that had been flagged by intelligence officials and the White House's top lawyer, Don McGahn. And this is according to 4 people that are close to the matter that the New York Times interviewed. There are allegedly memos from John Kelly and Don McGahn indicating this exact situation. So, yeah, the man lies, okay? And let me be 100% clear about this. He has, from my understanding, the president, a legal right to override security clearances. That is his legal right. So he did not do anything illegal. And, by the way, everybody, you, me, the president, has the legal right to lie when not under oath. We can lie to the press all we want. So the fact that the president lied to Maggie Haberman, not illegal. The fact that he overrode the security clearance and gave that to Jared Kushner, also not illegal. So what's the big deal? Okay. The big deal is this. He lied for allegedly, or what everybody is speculating this morning, some reason. Like there's some other big bad that he didn't want the American public to know that about why he did override the security clearance, whether it means it's something in Jared's background he didn't want out, whether he just didn't want to be seen as, doing this out of a sense of nepotism. Who knows? But I almost said the F word right on the air, Nick. I almost said it. The effed up thing about this is that they're all sitting around debating why the man lies. And I can just tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, this is why he lies, okay? He is a narcissistic, compulsive liar with dementia. So sometimes he's lying because he's a compulsive liar and he can't help it. And other times he's lying because he has dementia and he truly doesn't remember. And the third reason he might lie in this instance to Maggie Haberman is he does not know how to do the job of president. He is unclear on the rules of the job. So there's really no speculation necessary here about why the man lies. It's just part of who he is. I don't want to take too long to tell this personal story, but I'm going to because I'll take as much time as I can here. Many, many years ago, when I was still in college, I had a summer job, and I was roommates at this summer job. It was at a beach club on Long Island in New York, where I was a waitress. And there were a bunch of us that I went to school for hotel administration. So there were a bunch of us that were brought in from hotel schools to work at this beach club. And I was roommates with this girl who actually went to the same college as I did. And it turned out by about halfway through the summer, I realized that she was literally a compulsive liar. Like, I'm not just saying I didn't like her. No, she had a problem. She was a compulsive liar. And so I witnessed what a compulsive liar looks like very close, firsthand. And so things would happen where she would get accused of something and she would just start telling lies, like that didn't even help her case. Or literally by the end of the summer, here's one of the stories. She got fired from the beach club for stealing because, again, this was a girl who had a problem, okay? So she gets fired for stealing, and as she's packing up her things to go and her dad is coming to pick her up, we're like 19 years old, she's crying. And she's saying to me, I don't want to, this is why I'm so upset is that, my older brother went to Harvard and, my sister went to Yale and they're like super perfect and they've always been better than me. And like, here I am screwing up again and my family's going to be so mad at me. And we went to Cornell, so it wasn't like we were chopped liver, But so she goes through this whole long story about her brother and sister, and then her dad comes and picks her up and off she goes. And I get back to Cornell a couple of weeks, months later, and find out she was an only child. She told this whole story to me about her siblings for no reason. Like, it did not benefit her at all. She was never going to see me again. And that's what compulsive liars do. They lie because they cannot help it. That is what a compulsion is. And that is who is running our country. Someone who lies because that is his first instinct, period.